All like flowers that are just really cute, but that's just a coincidence. Those are probably. Anybody who's outside, please come take a seat and we'll start soon. In 1 minute. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome home. Welcome to Heaven on Earth, Belvedere Family Community. And I invite you before you leave today to just take a walk around the property and listen to all the birds chirping and singing away and see the remaining beautiful blooms and this beautiful field of purple irises that are by the old swimming pool. It's just so pretty out there. So we'll start off with a couple of announcements today. First of all is, our Mother's Day picnic. Don't know where this idea came from, but next weekend, we're going to be having a wonderful time together. If you'd like to come, bring your picnic basket with you, full of your favorite goodies, and bring your lawn chairs or your blanket, and pick out a patch of lawn. And we'll enjoy a wonderful picnic with hopefully all our children. But it's our chance to really appreciate the important women in our lives and really have a wonderful experience together. Next is the Spring Festival and Peace Cup. May is really a month of celebration here. So after our picnic, a couple weeks later, on the 31st, there's going to be a sports festival filled with fun, food, and friendly competition. So I think the main activities are going to be volleyball and pickleball. So whatever your specialty, remember your racket, remember your volleyball, and we'll be playing away. We don't have a slide, but I also want to mention that the Peace King Cup fishing tournament is underway from May 16th through the 25th. So if you're interested in going out and catching a great big striped bass with our Ocean Church brothers and sisters or Ocean Tribe brothers and sisters, go to peacekingcup.org and you can sign up there. Okay, and I think that's it. Oh, no, I do have something else to mention. You all got a card when you came in today, and Pastor Justin will be sharing in a little bit more about that card and its purpose. Oh, and also on a more somber note, I want to mention to everybody that our dear sister Isabel, who joined us, many of you know her, she always went above and beyond providing beautiful flowers outside, but even more importantly, really adding to the heart and spirit of our community. But she passed away. She'd been dealing with a long illness. So please keep our sister Isabel in your thoughts and prayers this week. Yeah. So I'd like to now ask everybody to rise and invite up the song team to start us off in beautiful singing this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Welcome. So Raul is not here with us today, so we're going to start with some songs. Come and go with me to that land. Let's go together to that land. Aju? Come and go with me to that land. 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 There is freedom in 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 that land. Peace and happiness in that land. Peace and happiness in that land. Peace and happiness in that land. Oh, peace and happiness in that land. Peace and happiness in that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm born. Our true parents in that land. Our true parents in that land. Our true parents in that land where I'm born. Our true parents in that land. Our true parents in that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm born. All those family in that land. 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 Come and go with me to that land where I'm born. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm born. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm born. Come and go with me to that land where I'm born. Come and go with me to that land where I'm born. Hey, I think everybody wants to go to that land. Did you? All right, now we're gonna go to a little softer side, the music, as the deer. As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longeth after thee. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit free. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. Oh, my friend, and you are my brother, even though you are a king. I love you more than and gold or silver, only you can satisfy. You alone are the real joy giver and the apple of my eye. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. You alone. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. Thank you. That was beautiful. All right. And our third song is going to be The Blessing of Glory. Now the light of glory arises like the sun that shines on high. Now awakening to freedom, oh revive the spirits, oh revive. Wake the mountains and the valleys, bring alive the springs of the earth, by the world forever, with the light of your rebirth, light the world forever, with the light of your rebirth. We are called to bring back the glory to the life of God above. Now the Lord in His greatness fills the universe with tender love. Ever seeking souls awaken, ever calling them to be free. How shall I attend Him who is calling to me? How shall I attend Him who is calling to me? From the dark of death I awaken and rejoice to live in grace. When the one who came to save me holds me tenderly in His embrace, I rejoice to feel the comfort of the love He has for me. What a blessing of glory, to rejoice eternally. What a blessing of glory, to rejoice eternally. Now He lifts me up to embrace me in the blessing that is mine. What a blessing to receive Him in the love so tender and divine. How can I return the blessing, though in all my life I will try? I can never stop feeling how unworthy am I can never stop feeling how unworthy
Morning, brothers and sisters. Please join me in prayer. Good morning, our loving Heavenly Parents of heaven and earth, Abaji, Omoni. Thank you so much for this beautiful first Sunday in May. We can celebrate here Sunday service at Belvedere, the place our two parents have given to us. And Heavenly Parents, just last month, our true mother victoriously opened the Chamangun and the Chanil Sanctum, really a place where people from all around the world can go now, Heavenly Parents, and be embraced by your love, by your peace, and by your heart, and the hope, Heavenly Parents, that this world now will come a better place because you have a place to be here. Heavenly Parents, our true mother is asking us to be with her and really help her to accomplish her goal to bring everlasting peace to this world, Heavenly Parents. She needs each one of us. And we pray that today, as we receive our Pastor Justin's words, we can open our hearts, our minds, and receive your guidance for this coming week so we can really move together as a wonderful community and really return so much joy and happiness to you, to our two parents, and all the saints and sages who have gone before us. Heavenly Parents, we want to pray, offer all this in gratitude to our Holy Mother Han, and as a blessed family, Renate Sato Aju. And Amen.
Thank you, Renata, for your prayer. And thank you also, Marina, for guiding us in song. You were all in such fine voice today. That was really beautiful. Yeah. So as we see spring is upon us, the greens are all sprouting and the birds are singing. And along that same theme of beautiful spring and the activity that takes place now, Pastor Justin will speak today on From Seed to Fruit. Let's welcome him.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful music, the beautiful prayer, and beautiful emceeing. It's been a beautiful day so far, right? We have some beautiful people in the crowd as well. All of you. That's all of you, by the way. Yes. We also have some of our couples who just recently got blessed. I see Tiger here. Let's give it up for Tiger. Just got blessed. So we got Junpei is back in the house, newly blessed man. Is there anybody else just got blessed? No, not here. Okay, that's okay. Anyway, they left America as boys and they came back as men. So congratulations. Very exciting. Today I wanted to do a part 2. And, last Sunday I gave a sermon called From Seed to Fruit. And I figured, you know what, why don't I just make this a new series? So this is actually going to be a 4-part sermon series. This will be part 2. And we're going to be going into the theme of tending the garden. All right, so just a quick recap from last week. We talked about the process of going from a seed to a fruit, right? And you all remember holding that little seed in your hand, for those of you who are here in person, and really remember, just imagining the potential that is in a single seed, that a seed, although it looks so small and so, in some ways, you can think of it as insignificant. I mean, you wouldn't notice it if it was on the floor, and you walked by it. But that little seed has such incredible potential. All it needs is somebody to see that potential and to plant it in the ground and to do the work to nurture it so that it can come to fruition. And just like that seed, all of us have such incredible inspirations and ideas that are just waiting to come to fruition, that God just put in our heart and just wants to see those things come into fruition, right? And that includes, all of us. You are also a seed. You are also a plant that is growing in your own growth stage, and still so much more for you to bear the fruits that the potential is inside of you to bear. Aju? And I introduced this little phrase, right? Remember this one? Don't just be a dreamer, be a gardener, right? So again, it is okay to dream. I'm not saying don't dream, just don't just be a dreamer, be a gardener, be somebody who has dreams, has inspirations, but also somebody who is willing to do the work, get your hands dirty, and allow that dream to become a reality. And we're going to go one step further in becoming gardeners today. I want to share these words from our Father Moon. Says, the word alone is not enough. He who sheds sweat can move people. So, I'm more and more learning how true these words are. As much as we all love the word, right? We love to study the word. We love to hear the word. I mean, I shouldn't speak for everybody, but I'm assuming since you're here, you're here to hear something, hear some kind of words, right? Some kind of inspiration. But as Father says, and I think we've all experienced, that the word is not enough. Not that it's not important, it's just not enough. And what we need to sweat. We need to put in energy of our bodies. We need to make action, right? And as much as I love preaching a good sermon that inspires you all, I also know that a good sermon is not enough. Okay? So today I'm going to put on my coach hat. Yeah, that was the best the AI could do at copying my face. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does it kind of look like me? A little bit. I don't think my face is that round. I think a little more sleek than that, but I don't know. But yeah, as many of you know, I am not just a pastor, but I'm also a trained life coach. And one of the things I love about coaching is all about how to take those internal spiritual dreams and ideas and turn them into physical, tangible realities and results. And so today, I want to do a little bit of not just preaching, but coaching. Okay? And I know maybe if you didn't come here to be coached, maybe some of you just came because you wanted me to speak some inspiring words and you could leave feeling good about the words that you received, right? But my hope is by the end of today's message / coaching that you're not just left feeling inspired by, the words that Pastor Justin spoke, but actually feeling inspired about yourself. To be able to look at yourself and say, wow, I accomplished so much on a Sunday morning. Wow, that's amazing, right? Wouldn't that be great? So today, get ready to do a little bit of reflection, a little bit of work, a little bit of sharing, a little bit of that sweat that Father talks about. I'm not going to make you guys jump around or, move too much, but sweat is not a bad thing. So we're going to go through a few facilitations and processes and just a few kind of one-liners that I want you to keep in your mind. The first one is that the garden is born in your heart. Because this is really where it all starts. You want to build a garden, you want to create something tangible in life. It all begins within your own heart. It begins with an inspiration that you have, a seed that is planted in your heart by God. And again, that seed contains all the possibilities of what it can be. So to give an example, I had an idea about 3 months ago or so. As many of you know, I spent a lot of last year learning about the garden in our Belvedere garden. And I had this idea of, you know what, wouldn't it be nice if I had my own personal garden at home too? Never had a vegetable garden, herb garden at home, but I learned a lot through working together with the garden team. I got all these ideas, inspirations, knowledge. And then I thought, you know what, let me test my knowledge. Let me test my ability, go home, build my own garden, and start to grow my own food. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could just walk outside and there it is, my herbs. And, I'm like, oh, I don't have my cilantro. Oh, wait, it's in my garden. Okay, let me go. Instead of running to the store, I got inspired by this. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So this is where it all begins, right? You just get an inspiration. You get an idea. It's not real yet, but it is in your mind and in your heart. And if you want to take it a step forward, you turn that idea into a goal. And what is a goal? A goal is simply an idea with a deadline. So you give it a deadline. You give it a by when. I'm going to create this by this time. And that's the first step. And Father has some more words of wisdom about goal setting. He says, setting a goal in life is similar to planting a tree. If you plant a jujube tree in your front yard of your home, you'll have jujubes in your home. It's pretty simple, right? Yeah. You plant a seed of a certain fruit, certain plant. That's the plant, that's the fruit that you can have in your garden. Now, there's a lot that goes into that from the seed to the fruit, but the reality, there's a lot of things that you can't control in that process, right? But what you can control is what seed are you going to plant in your life. That is something that you have the power to control. Okay, so now it is your turn. So what I want you to do is, if you have a paper, if you have a phone, I want you to think about one idea, one inspiration that you got, something that if you could turn that into a reality, or if you could reach a certain milestone in the next 6 to 8 months, it would make a difference for you. It would be inspiring to you. You would feel inspired about yourself. Just choose one. It doesn't have to be your best idea. It doesn't have to be the perfect idea. It just has to be an idea. And you can always change it later, but for the sake of the time that we have now, just choose one. Okay? It can be something about, that memoir that you said you were going to write, or planning a amazing vacation, or it could be about a project or a job that you want to do. Let's just take a couple minutes to write something down. Actually, could we do some reflection music during this time? And if you have your idea, you can start writing why that idea is inspiring to you. Get it a little bit more exciting for you. Okay, just take 20 more seconds. Five seconds, start finishing up. All right. So we will have time later for the pair share, but for now, I want to just, see if there's a few people who'd be willing to share your idea. And before I go out there, I just want to say that, usually when we ask if people want to share, right, it's like a struggle for the person asking. It's like nobody puts their hand up. So I just want to plant a seed of what I would love to see. Something like this. Yeah, this is, it's very weird, I know. But wouldn't that be kind of cool if the MC or the speaker said, "Who wants to share?" And everyone just puts their hand up. And instead of it being a struggle, there's abundance out there. There is so many people to choose from. And wouldn't that be the kind of community that you would be excited to be a part of? And everyone's participating, everyone's putting their hand up. Let's go, let's do it. All right, so again, I want to have more hands than I can choose during this time. So who would like to share your idea? Let's see the hands go up. Okay, I'm gonna just run out here. Put your hands up. Okay, Kimio.
Okay. Okay, so it seems like it's come through when you talk to a people, right? So I think that maybe just came to my mind. So I don't know what it means. So, but I want to have tea time with my clients at my office.
Let's give it up for Kimio. That's awesome. Great idea. Love it. Okay, Jim.
Thank you. Mine's a little bit similar to Camille's. Well, I moved to where I'm living now in Hartsdale about 6 months ago, but I didn't unpack everything. I have like still boxes piled up, and I have just enough so I can move around and eat and sleep and so forth. But I need to clean up my place. I need to clean up my place for my family and even to invite neighbors over. I have some pretty good neighbors. I want to invite them over and share about peace starts with me and other good things.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Jim. Inspiring. Anyone else would like to share? Put your hand up. Okay, Jean's got an idea.
Hi, everyone. Actually, I started working on this, but this is really what I want to do. I want to fix my backyard. I want to, over the years, I've had all kinds of gardens. I've played with vegetable gardens, but now I find it, I want to go from vegetables to something else. So I'm really trying to put together a perennial garden that every year it's easier and different kinds of flowers. And in the past, I've always brought flowers to my neighbors, bouquets. So I planted some of those sunflowers and zinnias this year, but I also want to fix the patio. It's been that way for 30 years, and I want to create something that's more pleasant for the family that I can invite friends over to.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jean. Let's give it up for Jean. All right, that was pretty good. You guys put your hands up and everything. Be proud of yourself, even if you weren't chosen. But let's give it up for everyone who shared and for all of your wonderful ideas. All right. Okay, we can skip that. All right, so we have our idea. So what is the next step? You might think, well, obviously the next thing to do is to get to work, to dig the holes and plant the seeds. But actually, there is one more step that I would recommend you do before you just grab your shovel and start digging. And that is to gather resources and activate resourcefulness. All right, let's say this together. Gather resources and activate resourcefulness. All right, so the next step to do actually is to think about your resources that are around you. What are the tools that you have to help you to do your work, to make it happen, right? One of the things one of the things that separates us from the animals is we can use tools, right? Um, we're also children of God. It's another important aspect of what makes us different. But that allows us to have dominion over all things. We can utilize creation, utilize the natural resources we have. But the thing is, often we forget the resources that we have. We think, oh, I don't have, we think about all the things that we don't have. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the people. I don't have the volunteers, right? I don't have the person to give the sermon next week, whatever it might be. You know, we have these, we're constantly thinking about what we don't have, right? And that's why actually the second point is even more important, which is activate resourcefulness. That is a state of mind, a state of focus, where you're not focusing on the things that you don't have, but you're looking around you for the things that are right in front of you, the resources that are right around you, right? And our movement has a long history of resourcefulness. Everyone knows what this is. This is the first church. The first church of the unification movement was made out of cardboard boxes and mud, right? That is resourcefulness at its finest. When you have nothing around you, you feel like you've got nothing, you got no money, and you just find the cardboard boxes and the mud and you build a church with it. Isn't that amazing? And then there's this little picture. You know what that is? That's Juan Pil Kim, one of the first disciples, right? And he is drawing pictures, right? They didn't have any money, so he started drawing portraits of veterans of military soldiers and selling them, right? And he made money that way. So you could say he was like the first ever GPA member, right? He was the first fundraiser of our movement. So we're still doing it, right? After all these years, we're still being resourceful. We're still finding a way to make it happen. So for me, in my garden project, I started to think, okay, what do I need? I looked around me. I bought some soil. I bought a pre-made, raised bed. Resources are also like the people around you, the people that can help you. So I enrolled my son to help me to build this garden. And then I also looked around more and I saw that we had some leftover wood in my backyard that was used for a deck. And then I went to Dominic and asked him, hey, I got this wood. Can you help me cut it? And he graciously did that for me, went to Belvedere, cut the wood. And, through resources and resourcefulness, got to make a lot more progress than I would have if I didn't have these resources, right? So again, next is your turn to reflect and write down what are some of the resources that you have around you in your life that can help you to move towards your goal, to move towards your inspiration faster, easier, more simply, less effort from you. What are those resources that are really going to help you along the way to get there? Again, we'll take a couple minutes to write down some things. 40 more seconds. Okay, you can start to wrap up your writing. You can always continue later. All right, so next, you know what time it is? Yay! It's time to share again. All right, I'll put that away. So again, I want to ask who would like to share. Please be generous and share with your friends. It might be that what you share actually helps somebody else, right? That the resources you realize you have, someone else might not realize that they have those resources, and that can help them, right? So if you do share, please just share, 30 seconds less, just kind of what are the main resources that you came up with? How did you feel when you thought about those resources? Did that help you? So yeah, let's see some hands who would like to share. And of course, you can share your idea really quick. I'm gonna go to Jinpei in the back.
Some of the resources that I can call upon is my family, like my dad here, and including my idea. For me, I actually want to really improve. We actually do have a garden area in our home as well. Improve that, and as well as improve the grass and the surrounding landscape, because it's really hasn't been doing so well over the past decade. So looking at my family, my dad, who's also really resourceful. Also, we have all these tools today like ChatGPT. You can always ask some brainstorm questions. That's always very useful.
Awesome. Get up for Jinpei. That's great. Awesome. And I think I saw Chris's hand up. So.
Got it. All right. Well, my goal was to publish some books I wrote. And so the resources I have, I guess, are things like the editor and the writers group that belong to, and online publishing platforms, advanced readers groups, and publishing coach. That's right.
Perfect. Let's get up for Chris. That's awesome. All right. And anyone else would like to share? Any hands? Hands up. All right. We got Steve.
Hi. So over the years, I've written a number of children's stories. I'm the same boat as Chris in some ways. I've written children's stories and children's poems with the concept to create culture to educate children, not just with lectures, but with that. But to get that, there's quite a few, but to get them published is really a challenge. So there's a couple of members who have been involved in that. And finding illustrators is also a challenge. So there's college students who are art students who will work very inexpensively. So those, and my family for moral support. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Steve. Let's give it up for Steve. Yes. Wow. Very inspiring to hear these ideas and the resources that we have. Quite a few ideas that have to do with gardens and also books and writing. And yeah, let's once more time give it up for everybody who shared and for all of you for doing the work. Okay, so we have just one more step to get through. And this always catches me off guard. This one, another quick saying is dig daily, grow greatness. Let's say that together. Ready? Dig daily and grow greatness. All right. So we've got our inspiration, our seed. We have gathered our resources. And the next step is to get into some kind of action, right? Action plan. And, you know, this is often where we kind of get stuck, right? It's very easy to kind of get overwhelmed, right? Oh my God, there's so much things I got to do to get this done. You know, I've already got like 10 other to-do lists and now I've got another one and oh my God, right? It can get very overwhelming. So one thing that I've found that really helps is to find a simple action that if you did that consistently, it would make a big difference. It would potentially do 80% of the work that you need to get you there. For an example of that is like, you know, when you are like last week, we were cleaning up one of those greenhouses, right? And it's a big job, but the things that you got to do are actually very simple, right? You dig dirt, shovel it into a wheelbarrow, you move it, and then you dump it. And you just keep doing that over and over and over again. You keep doing that for like 2 hours, and the job is basically, at least that step of the job is done, right? It's not complicated. It just takes time, it takes effort, it takes consistency, right? And luckily, we had like 4 people doing it, so that also helped quite a lot. So thank you for those who helped me out. And so thinking about what are those simple daily actions, those simple habits or weekly habits that if you did, it would lead you on a pathway towards your goal. For me, one of the biggest and best habits I've developed that helps me to achieve things is using a calendar and creating simple time blocks. So every week, what I did to get the work done on this garden was every week I would just set aside time. I would say, okay, I'm going to put an hour here and an hour there to work on the garden. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do during that time. I'll figure it out when I get there. But I am committed that during this time, I'm going to be working on my garden. And that's what I did. That was the main thing. I just had to make sure that I did that consistently. And then everything else, I could figure it out during that time. So by doing that over several weeks and scheduling it out and doing the work, I was able to accomplish quite a bit. So again, just think about some small actions. What are some simple actions that if you did consistently, it would help you towards your goal? So again, we'll take a couple minutes, reflect on this, and just see what you come up with. Small actions, simple habits. Take another 30 seconds. If you want to go ahead and schedule it, you can do that. Put it in a calendar, set a reminder. It's always good to not rely completely on your memory. All right, 10 seconds. And start to wrap up. All right, so for the third and final time in this sermon, it is time to share. Woo! All right, everybody, who would like to share? Just put your hand up. What are some small actions you could take? Share quickly the inspiration and the actions. 30 seconds or less. Let's go with Alan.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. My goal is to lose weight, and like for my health, etc. And I want to make 3-pound increments. So once I hit 3 pounds, then I'm going to emotionally reward myself with something. Not physically. I'm not going to go out and have an ice cream or something.
That's awesome. Let's get up for that. That was great. Awesome. All right, let's get some more hands up. Anybody would like to share, especially if you haven't shared yet, I want to just challenge you to share. Marina, I see your hand up.
All right, thank you. Yeah, the idea is to start working on creating a song. And so I loved what you show the calendar schedule, because every day I work 9 to 5, and by the time I get home, sometimes a lot of time goes into Facebook, Netflix, etc., right? So if I made a schedule, I definitely, let's say 7:30, I'll take half an hour to just do music, Thank you.
Awesome, Marina. Thank you. Yeah, I think if we treated our dreams the way we treated our work, a lot of our dreams would be coming true very quickly, right? So one more person. If you haven't shared, if you're a little scared to share, this is your opportunity to build your courage. Susan? Okay.
Okay, so my goal is to moving into my next career as a chaplain. So my training period right now is kind of on my summer break, but my daily practice is going to be to still practice active listening twice a day.
Awesome. Love it. That is great. Yeah, I did see one hand over there. Kent, let's have one more.
So I'm on this long-term quest to try to build a little farm, and the small habits are to weekly reach out to the resources. So what I found is it's really hard, like architects, surveyor, builders, plumbers, excavators, all these type of people. They're really difficult to get them to commit. So you just have to continually kind of nudge them along and call them and remind them and plead with them and meet with them, and et cetera. So the habit is kind of tying the resources and habits together.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Very resourceful. All right. So one more time, let's give it up for everybody who shared, all of you for doing the work. You guys are great. So yeah, how are you guys feeling? Yeah, I think you're all very actively participating. This is really great to see. And, I think, wouldn't it be so amazing to just have a community where we're constantly working on things, we're constantly growing together, we're constantly sharing the fruits of our labor and encouraging each other, getting excited for each other. Would you like to be a part of that kind of community? Would you like to make that kind of community? That's you. So I want to challenge whoever is up for the challenge that the next time we gather, not the Mother's Day gathering, which is next week, but the week after that, if anybody would like to share the progress that you've made in your inspiration, turning that into fruits and your goal, that you can, just contact me and just let me know that you accomplished something. I'd love to celebrate with you. I'd love to, really be a part of that, that encouraging you. So then we'll give you an opportunity to share just a little bit about how that's been for you and the progress that you've made. Does that sound good? Okay, awesome. So just to wrap up, I wanted just to share kind of where I'm at now in my project. So you kind of saw where I started and where I am now. I got some carrots and kale and planting some new things, and I realized I needed to build some kind of fence around it. keep the deer out. So yeah, all of this, yeah, maybe later. All of this, was again just through consistency, through using the resources around me, through the help of brothers and sisters, of family. And the funny thing is, this is in no way a perfect job. And that's going to be one of the things that is going to trip us up the most, is thinking that this time it's got to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, it's not a victory. It's not a fruit, right? There are so many things wrong with this. Okay, I'm just gonna say that, right? But midway through, I realized I needed a fence. Start building a fence, and then I realized there's no way to get in the fence. I didn't realize that until my sister pointed it out. Say, hey, how are we gonna get in here and get to our vegetables? Oh my God, you're right. So I'm thinking about a solution. I built this thing that kind of opens up, and then my younger brother sees it, and he's like an engineer, so he's like, you're gonna get really tired of going under that thing. He's like, you should just build a door, and here's how you do it. Do this, this, this. He's an engineer, so he knows how to do it. I'm like, exactly. So I was like, oh my God, thank you so much for pointing that out. Thank you for giving me those clues, right? And so there's still plenty of work to do on this, but it's very important to just appreciate the work that you are doing. Appreciate the lessons that you're learning along the way. Be gentle with yourself. Don't be, don't be your own critic. There's enough critics out there to have a critic in here, right? So, my wife was like telling me after hearing what my brother said, she was like, oh man, you must be disappointed. And I was like, no, I didn't have to go to the gym for like a month. So I was just getting my calories burned, building stuff. And I learned so many things. I got Dominic to cut me some wood. Now I know I can always go to Dominic every time I need cut wood cuts. There's so many things that I learned about the process, that I learned about myself. And the thing I'm most proud of is just that I didn't give up and I stayed consistent. And that's something that we should all be proud of ourselves, that it's not about the perfect outcome. It is about the consistency. It is about the persistence. It is about the faith that you have in yourself, in God, in true parents. And that is the model that our true parents have constantly showed throughout their life. Aju? All right. So last thing, I just want to do another quick plug for this Spring Fest. Spring Fest is back. Everyone say, woo! So Spring Fest was a lot of fun last year. It was a big thing. We tried these kind of bigger festival-like events, and they were very popular. And I want to just say that this is a great opportunity. If you have an idea, you want to do like a trial run of a ministry, of a project, of, selling your baked goods or something, this is a great opportunity to have a deadline and a timeline to work towards, okay? So if you're interested in contributing something to the Spring Fest, let one of us know, myself, Pastor Mika, Pastor Daryl, and we're happy to be your resources, to be your team, to help your dream come true, to plant your seed in this community. And it'll be really awesome if we all work together. Aju? All right, and I will finish with these words of Mother, to remember that if you invest your sincere devotion with a heart aligned to God's will, then even if your foundation is small, heaven can work miracles through it. Aju? All right, thank you all so much. God bless you. And actually, one thing, I guess I'll explain this. You all got a card, right? So this is something that I wanted to implement in order to have more give and take between all of you and myself and our team, to kind of get to know what from these messages are landing for you? What is going on inside of your heart as you hear these messages? Are they inspiring action in you? There are some commitments that you could make if you feel inspired. Check off one of those boxes. And then on the back, there's 2 questions. What was your main takeaway from today's message? And what actions did it inspire? Another option is you could scan this QR code. If you don't have a card, you can just scan the QR code and do it online. The QR code is also on the card itself. And doing it online, honestly, is a lot easier for us because we don't have to scan everything and upload it. So if you can do it online, do it online. If you want to do it on paper, that's totally fine too. There is a box in the back right next to the door that you could submit it, and we'll have about 3 minutes to write your reflections down, and then we'll go into our normal reflection time. All right, thank you.
So maybe we can have some music play while we take a couple of minutes to start on this right now.
All right, so actually this online thing is not fillable. So this was a mistake. It happens, right? So please do it. Is it? I think if you do it though, it's gonna change it for everybody, actually. It's just, well, at least that's what I understand. Yeah, you're just, yeah, please don't. Yeah, don't fill it out. If you, I'm sorry. If you use the QR code on your card, it does work. The QR code on the screen doesn't work. That's the issue. Okay, thank you, Uncle Bill, for pointing that out. All right, so if you don't have the card, scan someone else's card. That'd be great. Yeah, the online form says 21 days, but don't worry about it. It's just a mistake with the title. The content is what it's supposed to be.
So if you're using the online form, you might notice it requires an answer to that the last question. And those things, some of them, you might have already been doing all those things, but you'll have to check off one of those things to submit. But anyway, maybe we can kind of start to wind up on the reflection now. And we're going to take a couple of minutes for pair share, because lots of ideas were generated today through this exercise that you were doing. But take a minute to check in with the person next to you, maybe talk a little bit more about what your idea was that came from the talk this morning, and what are the steps that you're going to take. And then we'll have some brief testimonies after that, or sharing. Okay, so let's start a pair share for 3 minutes. Okay, if you haven't already, it's time to give the other person a chance to talk. Okay, wow, there's so much exciting conversation being generated. Who would like to share? I'm waiting for all those hands to shoot up. Okay, brothers and sisters, who would like to share? Peter, is that you volunteering?
Oh yeah, we have to put our hands up. Everybody, put your hands up like in that video. Um, anyway, just something very quick. We had a nice sharing, and I just realized in my process of following the instructions that scheduling is the hardest thing for me to get something done, anything, whatever the goal is, and so many random interruptions that always come. So have to work on that. You could give a whole sermon about that. I mean, this is a series. So anyway, thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Matthew.
Thank you, everyone, for your sharing. As he said, that always gives you ideas when somebody says something. He goes, "Oh yeah, I know I should have do that. Yeah, my yard. Yeah, my neighbors. All this type of thing." It's kind of, but I think what I got mostly was the little habit, the little changing something little in my daily to kind of give me a new direction, give me a new something to do. So that's my goal at this point, is to try to be able to do something that's just a little different. Go, downstairs, be a different action, and then let that play out. So that's my takeaway.
You're here.
Great, thank you. Thank you everyone for being so generous and sharing. And to close our service, I'd like to invite back the song team to lead us in our final song.
Thank you so much. Have a great week. God bless you all.
I'd just like to share something for those of you whose goal it is to improve your garden. I have some shrubs that I'm willing to let some of you have if you're interested. So come and talk to me afterwards. They're not small flowers, they're medium-sized, shrub size. So come and see me. They're native shrubs. Right now they're very, very small, but they will grow big.